Hey everybody, welcome back to Katydid Games. I'm Katydid, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Today I just wanted to mess around and create a sim and create a mermaid because, well, I love mermaids and I really want to play around. So we'll just get right into it. Alright, so this is the sim that I just got randomly, and we're going to go ahead and start just messing around to see what I like. I do have a lot of custom content. I try to just use custom content when it comes to like create a sim. I don't use any like gameplay content or anything. I'll try to remember to link the things that I use. A lot of the things I've had for a while. This skin is new, so I will definitely try to link that. Those eyes though, that just has on right this minute, I've had for a little while. I go ahead and change to these ones because I never really have a reason to use these ones because they're pretty out there. So in a normal everyday sim, I don't really get the chance to use them. These eyelashes I've had for a while, so I know I'm not going to be able to link you to those. But if you just look around on the sites that I do link to, I'm sure you could find these on there somewhere. I love adding these 3D lashes. I really think they make a big difference. Even if that's the only custom content that I put on a sim, I think it really helps. And so here I'm just doing some minor adjustments to the nose and things. I was kind of, at this point, not really sure what I was exactly going for with the mermaid. I was just kind of playing until I saw something that I liked. And I really was liking how she was turning out at this point. But then I believe this is actually the point where I realized that she wasn't actually a mermaid. And I wasn't sure how to keep her looking how she was and change her to a mermaid. So I ended up just having to change to a completely new sim, which was very frustrating because I actually was enjoying how she was looking. But that's okay because I ended up really liking how she turned it out anyway. So we're gonna go ahead and start over with a brand new girl. So we're gonna randomize a couple times until I can find a base starting point that I liked. And I actually like this one. She has some nice features to start with and that I can jump off of from. And here I think at this point I decided I wanted to go for kind of a more grown up looking. Like the mermaid before had a very round, soft features. I wanted a lot sharper, more grown up looking features. And I decided that I think I wanted to do more of like a seductive siren type mermaid. So definitely would want more alluring angular features and less round and innocent features. So here I was just shifting everything up a little bit because I moved her whole face up, which made her face look a little bit crowded, so I went ahead and moved things up a little and gave her a little bit full lips just because that's kind of nowadays what is seen as attractive, is nice big full lips, so I went ahead and did that. I love that eyeshadow. Again, that's an old one, so I'm not going to link to that. This skin texture is new, so that'll be on one of the links. But I really liked it because it went all over, because I have a couple different ones that I had downloaded specifically for making a mermaid, and they only went on the face, and then the body just seemed lacking. So I found this one, and it does add detail to the whole body. And here I was just thickening up her body a little bit, making her kind of curvaceous. And the only way really to change the skin color, I think, when you're doing a mermaid is to change the base form. So I kind of got how I wanted on the base, and then I switched to the mermaid, and then I'll have to later go back and turn her human form more human-like. So here I was just playing around with some lip colors. That's going to definitely be in one of the links because that's a new one for me. And I was trying to decide what color scheme to do because her skin tone is kind of a purpley color. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep it very purple or throw in green touches or what. So you're going to see me bounce around with that a little bit, trying to figure out exactly how much of what colors to put in. So here I'm just trying to figure out, again, her color scheme, like what is her tail going to be like. At this point I was kind of being like, okay, she's looking kind of dark and mysterious. So I was really kind of wanting her tail to be a dark color. Here I was like, oh, that's the purple and the green. It's the same as her scales. But I do end up changing that at some point. I'm not overly thrilled with the hair that I end up using, but I really couldn't find any hair that I liked for it. So I just worked with what I had. And you'll just see me bouncing around with a lot of different things on and off, trying to decide what works and what doesn't work. This hair, I can never get to look right on somebody. It never sits on the head correctly, and the fact that I put it on and it actually looked nice with the way her face was proportioned, I was like, ooh, I'm gonna have to use that, but definitely not for her mermaid form. So it ended up being what I put on her human form. And I decided to keep her eyes in the human form is the same as in her mermaid form. That's like the one thing that stays the same to kind of link them together. This hair, I went back and forth on this color. I was really wishing that at one point that the purple ends could have been green, and I think I like the purple. I think it works. And I just have these fake nails that are old, so I don't have the link for those. And they're stiletto shapes, and so I think they work really nicely as like kind of claw-like, but they're fingernails. So here I just have some details that I was adding to the face just to try to make her look a little less human in the face, just trying to push that mysteriousness. And I noticed that this actually adds like a shadow to her brow as well, so I'm going to take it off for a minute. But I actually ended up liking the brow, so I ended up putting it back on. I think it changes the way she looks. She looks a little less human, and I really ended up liking that, so I do put it back. Yeah, I'm just not happy with her coloration at this point, so I'm going back and I'm just darkening it up, trying to make her look a bit more mysterious, because I decided that she's definitely going to be the, seductive, lure you to your death type of mermaid. So I really liked the black tail and scales. And here I was just playing with some accessories, trying to decide how I wanted her to look, but the crown ended up definitely not being what I wanted for this look. That's more of like a beautiful princessy type mermaid, and she's more of a dark and scary, going to, drown you and devour you type of creature. So the crown definitely doesn't stay. So I pretty much reached a point with her that I was happy with, so now we're going to start working on the human form. I love these skin overlays. They just add a lot of texture and detail that I'm really quite fond of. It just makes the whole thing look a lot more human-like, which I think is considered alpha, is what they refer to that. I think Max or whatever is the one that is more close to the base sim characters, what that's referred to as. I prefer the one that looks more human. Like the hair texture is very realistic and less cartoony, and I think that's referred to as alpha. So I use a lot of, I guess, alpha custom content. But I was not sure how I wanted her human form to be just yet, so I'm just going through and adding what I know I want, which is her to have the same eyes. So I just went through each tab and added that. I end up deciding that she, in her human form, should be just as alluring and seductive and dangerous looking as her mermaid form, because even if she looks like a human, she would still want to, attract men or women or grandparents or whoever, seduce them and then kill them. So she is going to be just as sexy as her mermaid form. So here I am just trying to figure out exactly what outfit, and I think right about now is about when I decided, yeah, no, we're gonna definitely go sexy. Because originally her hairstyle was making me think, oh, okay, sexy librarian, like we can be like understated, and then I was like, no, we're just gonna straight up go sexy. And so I went ahead and picked some of my custom content dresses that I just love. I have a lot of custom content shoes because I don't really care for a lot of the base game shoes. Island Living gave us a couple cute new shoes, but not enough in my opinion. So yeah, all of her outfits are going to be pretty sexy, I guess. I just had to pause here for a moment and just stare in horror at this randomization outfit and was like, nope, we're getting rid of that right away. And I kind of wanted her to let her hair down for the formal, so here I was just going back and forth to make sure that this hairstyle and the last hairstyle had a similar enough color that it wouldn't be that noticeable. And I know she has bangs in the first hairstyle, but I kind of think, you know, okay, they're long enough bangs that she can kind of sweep them back with enough, you know, maybe hairspray or styling or whatever. So this kind of could work, but it's a really similar color. So I was just playing with the lipstick and was like, okay, she needs to have beautiful reds, classic red lips, things like that for this formal look. Classic little black dress. And then I decided that for her makeup for athletic, she would still have minimal makeup, but nothing crazy. So I just gave her a little bit of blush because when you work out, you have a natural flush. And again, I decided that even when she's working out, she's still going to be sexy. So I tried to pick some clothes that would be not necessarily risque, but just definitely not frumpy. Like when I work out, I wear, you know, sweatpants and a baggy hoodie. No, she's gonna wear like skin tight booty shorts and just a sports bra, and you know, she'd be that girl at the gym that like doesn't actually work out. She just kind of stands there looking hot, like taking selfies and stuff. That would be her. Sleepwear, again, you know, it's obvious at this point that everything she wears is going to be like attractive. I went ahead and gave her this one because, you know, I have to. If she's a seductress, you know, then, you know, she's got to have this. I even gave her heels to wear. But then I was like, okay, but that's like a little bit extra. So I went ahead and added a second tab where she wears something a little bit more normal, so just a little sleeping gown, but it's still, you know, kind of cute. I actually went pretty simplistic for her party look because so many of her other outfits were so extra. I just kind of kept this more of a casual sexy. You know, she's got this cute little crop top, these like skin tight, high waisted jeans. So I was like, okay, yeah, she can look sexy while still being kind of casual, and so that's what I went with for her party look. This is the cutest swimsuit I've ever seen. I was so upset for so long at the base game swimsuits, but with the Island Living, you got so many cute swimsuits, but none of them were, in my opinion, sexy. They were really cute, but not sexy, so I have this downloaded custom content swimsuit that is just perfect for her, and I decided to give her a little hat because she's a mermaid. If she's not in the water but she's on the beach, she's gonna probably want to stay out of the sun. She probably needs to stay hydrated and wouldn't want to, bake in the sun. I can't imagine a fish person would enjoy that. So here I'm just going back through all the different categories and the different tabs and adjusting the makeup. For sleep, again, she's actually going to have more makeup than she did in her athletic because she's a seductress. When better to have like a full face of makeup than when you're, killing somebody or luring people to their death and trying to seduce them. You'd want to have a whole full face then. So here I'm just checking to make sure everything looks the way I want, and then we're gonna go ahead and fix the summer outfit. I went ahead and shrank her boobs a little bit because they were a little bit ridiculous at this point. And I actually really like that top, the way it's got that like this sheer mesh over what looks to be a swim top. These shorts, by the way, strong Kingdom Heart vibes with those belts. But I just went ahead and went with some normal kind of pale washed shorts. But again, fixing her makeup. Gotta have that classic winged liner. Give her some lashes. And I actually decided that to go pretty minimal on the summer makeup, because if you have a full face of makeup when you're hot and sweaty and everything, it just ends up looking kind of gross. So during the summer, I tend to go a little bit lighter on the makeup than I would in the winter. So on her winter outfit, I actually do go a bit heavier on the makeup again. Just gave her some boots, and yeah, here I'm gonna fix her makeup and give her a full face because you're not sweaty and stuff, so you can get away with a full face of makeup a little bit easier than during the summer when you're gonna just sweat it all off. But I'm sure there are plenty of people out there who can pull off a full face of makeup in the middle of summer and have it looking flawless. I'm not one of those people, unfortunately. And here I'm just checking all the makeups to make sure that they are how I would like them to be. And I was just looking at earrings, just trying to add a little bit of something. And here I really liked these gold and black hearts. Hearts tend to be my favorite shape. But then I figured with the dangly earrings, that little choker necklace was just too much, so I took it off. Here we're going to go ahead and pick out her traits. We're definitely going to pick romantic. And I was just trying to think of what would work good. And we're going to go with non-committal, because that way she can have a bunch of boyfriends and hopefully it will keep her from being ashamed and embarrassed and stuff about getting caught cheating, things like that. And then because she's a mermaid, I just went ahead and chose the Child of the Ocean, I think is what it's called. And then I gave her the serial romantic trait. Went ahead and sent her to feminine walk, adjusted her voice slightly, and that is it. That is our girl. This is her little mermaid form, and that's about all we have other than to figure out her name. I ended up naming her Skyla, and then I just randomized her last name to Solace, and I think that's it. So I'm not sure if we're going to actually use this girl in gameplay or not right now. I might in the future if you decide that we should try like some sort of challenge with her, or just play around with her and just be an absolute like force of nature who just goes through and tries, woohooing everyone to death. So there we have it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Remember to check the description for the custom content links, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.